Hello, I'm Yahtzee Croshaw, and I apologise profusely for this. I wanted to put some real thought into coming up with a game based around the word arising, but it's been a busy week, a stressful one, and frankly, I only started thinking about this yesterday.
It's almost like this is the non-serious bit of your work that should be fun and goofy and not really a stress point of your week.
Well, that's the attitude that means that you still have to work for a living, and I get to do my hobby for a job.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You already have a job. This is the not job. This should be fun. You should drink more during these again. That was some good rollicking good times.
Well, I did think once about...
Get a couple of shots in you.
I did once think about trying to sell this for money, but I don't think my conscience would abide that. Conscience, rather.
I don't know if I'd be comfortable with that.
Anyway, we're playing... Well, your unemployment benefits office certainly wouldn't, would they?
Well, no, but you just report. Like, you can just report income. Like, I can go get a job, and then you go, okay, I earned this much this week, and they go, oh, okay, well, you get, like, X.
Anyway, nobody cares. We're playing Rise of the Triad, the remake.
So, this is just the original Rise of the Triad with a fancy new skin, or is it, like, a different story in some way? What's... story, I say.
That was a curious thing your throat just did.
Yeah. Well, I'm drinking Coke today because it's too hot to have coffee, so I'm a little fizzy.
Yes, have you ever heard a weird noise from Gabe's side of the recording during these videos? It's because he's drinking his coffee cup in an audible way, like someone with no mic discipline whatsoever. Yes, this is a remake of the 90s shooter that sort of came in that period between Wolfenstein 3D and Duke Nukem 3D. I think it was before Doom as well, actually. Yes, it would have been, because it hadn't quite mastered multiple levels.
The guy in the middle looks a little bit like the Plague from Hackers.
Well, we're going to be playing as him, because he's the British character. Ian Paul Freely, that's the joke.
Oh.
Now, before we start, I want you to note the fact that he has a rather hideous circle beard there.
Yes.
Maybe just tuck that away in the back of the mind.
Okay.
Begin! Proudly, no less. What is
more game companies should say that they shamefully present games like...
I don't even know what Apogee have been doing between Duke Nukem 2 and this.
Yeah, I was gonna...
I thought
have they been doing stuff?
I thought 3D Realms was Apogee. I don't know, I guess I was wrong.
Maybe there was some sort of weird internal power struggle and Apogee have split away and become their own little organism again.
Well, this game was made on a sort of indie budget. Look! No beard! On the right! That's our character on the right. Where's his beard gone? He looks like fucking the lead singer of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Anyway. Sorry, that just bothered me slightly.
I wanted to be the man with the beard, and now the beard's gone, and it's not immersive, and fucking comic book artists.
It's just dishonest.
Still doesn't have a beard.
No, he never does in the cutscenes.
That is fucking jarring. I'm
bored now.
Completely taken out of the Triad and its rising.
So yes, this is...
Look at your little guy running along.
This is sort of a faithful remake, but if you remember the original Rise of the Triad,
Vaguely.
It was... actually, I remember hearing it was supposed to be Wolfenstein 3D 2 for a time.
Huh.
But it did have the Wolfenstein thing where it only had one level.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to do verticality, it had to do, like, floating platform sprites. And obviously that's not an issue anymore, so... So now we can have
future.
So now we can have full 3D, but the levels design is still based on the level design of the original, somewhat, and the gameplay is based on the gameplay of the original. So it is a fast-paced shooter like what we like.
I'm the fucking Flash. Didn't someone calculate like how fast the guy in Doom actually runs?
He was probably breaking the land speed record.
Yeah, like it was legitimately just mental. Like several.
This doesn't open. Okay, that's cool.
Nothing does anything. So, okay, these aren't... Ooh, lots of guys are shooting you. Multiple headshots not taking down character. Yep, it's a retro shooter, alright.
Retro style shooter, thank you. This came out in 2013.
Is it retro if it... Hey, what are those spinning discs? Your health running down.
Well, genuine retro is genuinely old, but retro style
okay.
is not necessarily old. There, that'll put a stop to the health loss.
Oh, fix
Wait.
these shit. Jesus.
Bounce pad, forgot about that.
Oh,
Way.
is it bounce pad or that was just you jumping? Oh, there it is.
Way.
Okay.
Yes, I mean, one of the things this game does with its shiny new graphics is make things a little bit more ambiguous. It's just full of details that doesn't actually do anything.
Oh, that was fun.
Oh yes, rocket launchers are fine. Use
I
rocket
love that the
launchers
rocket
whenever
launcher
you
is the
like.
second weapon you get. Not shotgun, not like, oh yeah, here's a slightly better pistol. Pistol to rocket launcher.
Yep, that's Rise of the Triad for you.
The next gun you get's just a jet.
Oh, there's a dude.
Kaboomy. Kablamo. Kablumblenort.
Homing missiles.
I don't think they're actually, they're hiding. You can't hurt them. Oh, there you go. There we go.
Ludicrous jibs, as the parlance goes.
I do. I mean, I really enjoy jibs. I think it's kind of fun watching them explode into little bits everywhere.
Yes, and it is not Gibbs. Who the fuck says Gibbs?
People say Gibbs?
Yeah, some people say Gibbs. It was a point of contention in the PC shooter's heyday.
Those people are wrong.
It's short for giblets, smart guys.
Ugly and wrong.
Yes.
Punish them.
I'll punish this guy.
So what was the plot of Rise of the Triad again? Because Rise of the Triad was one I didn't play as much. Like,
Well,
I played through it, but it's a kind of footnote in my brain.
Well, the plot is
Monk meal.
characteristically token for a 90s shooter. There's an evil organization called the Triad, which isn't actually a triad.
Thought they were going to be called Phil.
Oh,
Okay.
that's more like it.
Shop smart, shop S smart. Ah, pop culture references in my first person shooters. That's fun. I remember the eyeballs.
Funny. Yes, so there's an evil organization called the Triad. We're a UN task force called Hunt. It's the
Gadzooks. I like that.
the something UN task force. That's what it stands for. And we've been sent to
Hairy.
investigate this island, which is the headquarters of the Triad, to see what they're up to. And they noticed our boat and blew up our boat, so the only way out is through now.
It's an interesting coincidence that we invade the Triad right when they're having Nazi cosplay month.
Well, yeah. I mean, they started working on in the original Rise of the Triad. They started working on the character design while they still thought it was going to be a Wolfenstein game.
Should we change any of this?
Now, obviously, there was no vent crawling in the original, so there has been some elaboration. It
Well,
must
that's
be
good.
said.
I mean, you want a little bit of a
What
a
did we
little bit of a perk and a twist. Wait, can you only hold two weapons?
You can hold pistols and a machine gun once we find one, and one heavy weapon.
All right, I hate that.
Well, Rise of the Triad was doing it before. Shoot! This was the rules in the original Rise of the
Really?
Triad. Yes.
Fuck, I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's true.
Is that gonna hurt you?
Probably.
Try it.
I'll wait till it goes out. Thank you. I don't want to burn
I
off
think it's getting bigger.
Don't want to burn off my lovely beard. I'm sure it'll go away in a second. Any second now. Any second now. This fire does not understand when it's not wanted. It's like
I think it's
a
safe
nerd
to walk
at a
through it.
party. Ah! Oh, I survived.
You have passed the test of the secret fire. You are now a man.
Oh, I got turned around now. I'm not sure where to go. Let's go here.
It's probably one of the. Ooh. Hey, this is kind of like fucking hell. Oh, there was a barrel behind him.
No, the shotgun did that.
Oh. Thought I saw an explosion. I like kind of the Sonic the Hedgehog lineup of rings. Look at that! Look at it! Look at it!
Yeah.
Turn around! Look at the gibble!
Well, hey! didn't have physics fuck ups in the original, did we?
That guy's gonna be popular at the dance club after.
Well, parts of him will be.
Huh.
And the other parts of him will be insanely jealous. Like his kneecaps. Oh, 2 left feet.
His kneecaps are now just attached to 2 left feet. Oh, oh.
Yes, there was a mix-up at the hospital. Small secret area. Well, maybe it's got big plans, you know? Maybe it's got dreams. Maybe it's got hopes and ambitions in this small secret area.
Yeah, today it's just coins, tomorrow it's body armor.
I'm gonna dual pistol John Woo that guy. And continue.
Something.
And you.
Should we erect a bridge across here? No. Let's have levitating jet panels instead. Like 6 of them. That's more efficient.
Hey, I got a machine gun now. Best thing about machine gun, infinite ammo.
Really?
Yes, really. Same was true of the pistols.
Huh. That's interesting.
I think it's only heavy weapons that have limited ammo.
How do the
The trouble with this game is
do you start getting some wacky sized bosses in this? Like,
well, you do have bosses. They're not necessarily wacky size though.
yeah, because I mean, I remember what was it? The
My health's not looking good.
no, it is not. Other cheats.
Is there a
Put on
quick?
God mode.
I was wondering if there was a quick save button.
Is it like old style manual save, or do they do the?
Oh, hang on. There's a. Oh, I can't heat up the porridge with the shotgun.
Can you heat up porridge?
Yeah, if you use explosives on the porridge, it gets hotter and gives you more health back.
Try that at home, kids.
Rise of the Triad was one of the first shooters to introduce, the ability to shoot things other than enemies. So you could blow up the scenery and things. Oh, there's another one.
I remember.
Oh, it's.
Ooh, you do not want to be in those barrels.
See, that's one thing I don't like about this game is that enemies can see you from fucking light years away.
And have
And you
like
can't-
sniper
and
accuracy.
it's really hard to tell where they are.
Oh, I get it now.
Oh, I fell off
Oh,
John Woo.
your beard, your beautiful circle beard.
twice. I bet if I was cutscene Ian, I would have survived that. Pretty boy twat.
Goddamn beardless Ian. Stolen my thunder for the last time.
Mum always loved him best.
Is
Way.
there like a hole down there you can go through?
Oh, so there is.
Ah. Gabriel,
No.
stop fucking.
No. I want the stuff that's down there. I presume there's something down there.
Yeah.
Aha.
Porridge and shit.
More porridge.
Filthy
Lovely-
gutter porridge.
Lovely jubbly. I found in a hole.
Just like barrel rotisserie chicken, and it's perfectly healthy.
Yeah, porridge is a bit hard to spot as well. Yeah,
Because it just looks like lumps of brick.
Small pot among many, many physics objects. Ludicrous indeed. And let's use this for a
I was
while.
gonna say, what is that?
Well, let's find out. I think it's one of the 2 flame weapons. Shotgun wasn't in the original Rise of the Triad. This was though. Hello. Oh shit! I only noticed.
That was great.
I only noticed after I started shooting that those boxes had TNT in them.
No, because I couldn't see it either. I was just like, oh look, boxes. Shoot. Huh? Wonder what that says. Oh, TNT.
Medium secret area. This is the secret area you go to
There's
if you
more
want
TNT.
to contact
See what's
the
in
dead.
there.
Being explosives don't actually do that much damage to you in this game, just because to encourage you to go mad with them.
Yeah, in any other game, you would have been fucking deaded.
Yeah. Far Cry 4 leaps to mind, and because I've been playing a lot of that lately.
Oh, how's that?
It's various points I'm not gonna mention because I'm doing a review of it.
It looks like just.
Way!
Alright, that's badass.
That's what we like.
It looks just like Far Cry 3 2.
Funny you should say that.
It is.
And amazingly, Far Cry 3 was Far Cry 2 2.
2.
I mean, Far Cry 3 stood out because it was, the same format again, but it actually had interesting characters. Like, the villain, sort of sold the game.
Dude right in front of you.
But I actually really liked the protagonist in that game. You get a real sense of how his transformation from SoCal douchebag to
murderous
hardened warrior mercenary. All because he was so fucking hopped up on drugs he no longer gave a shit.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Meth.
I will say this though, riding an elephant's fucking sweet.
The new animals.
It's one of those things you don't know you want it until you try it.
I'm just looking forward to Blood Dragon 2, or you know what I'd like them to do instead of Blood Dragon 2 actually? Just instead of doing sort of 80s sci-fi, just do something completely different.
Do another thing in the spirit of
Yeah.
Blood Dragon 2.
Yeah. Just some other
It's
kind of
just a silly thing.
Yeah.
Built based on the engine of a popular game.
Yeah, maybe a weird. If they got elephants, they could have a weird Lord of the Rings style first-person shooter with those big elephant things they have in that.
Yeah.
I just think fantasy. I think they were goofy.
Because I remember them saying after Blood Dragon did alright that they were already thinking about sequels, and I don't know. I think it's like a one game concept. It's like the joke's over after that.
Yeah, and it was a good joke. Blood Dragon was great.
Kind of like Duke Nukem in that respect. He's a misogynistic dinosaur.
Which there's porridge back there. Remember? Hey, you can flame the porridge.
Yes. Where was it again?
To the right. Yeah, on that little jut.
Whatever
that might be called.
Right.
Protrudence.
One hot porridge coming up. Yum.
Huh.
It does make a significant difference the amount of health it gives you.
Really fucking, because the monk meal is fucking useless. Interesting.
Hey.
Is it mirrors? Fucking Jesus.
That's more like it. You need to make sure it hits.
Above you.
You need to make sure it hits the floor. I keep forgetting I've got a machine gun now. MP40 with 2 taped clips by the looks of it.
You need 2, even though the first one's infinite.
I guess that's the joke. Actually, the other joke is that there is actually a reload animation if you press R. It just turns the clip around, or just gets another one.
Oh, that's a neat little detail.
Because that's why people tape clips together.
Yeah.
So you can have a quick one-time reload in the real world.
In Army.
I think there was a Jagged Alliance game that did that.
Jagged Alliance is insane, and the people who play it are insane.
I've heard that.
I know one
but it is
person...
it's a very specialist sort of gameplay.
It is. Yeah. Are you insane for micromanagement? Jagged Alliance.
It's
can't have Ukrainians and Russians working together.
It's niche-y. It's like this.
Yeah, dude. Like, a friend of mine plays it online on a still functioning server that he says is just Russians and Germans who fondly remember East Germany.
The Thick of It was the name of that level. Sadly, no presence of Malcolm Tucker.
Should have just been heaps of swears. You have the swear gun. It just blasts profanities. I like the little super deformed, like, him and the little map.
Our character is very obviously voiced by someone who is not actually British. I actually think it's the main, the main middling American white dude character.
G'day.
It's his voice, but is his voice actor, but putting on a really terrible British accent.
Put through the Britishizer.
Yes. He says bollocks. Never quite understood the Americans' fascination with that word. Any American-produced British set film, you can guarantee that word's going to come up.
Yeah.
V for Vendetta, they throw it around like fucking confetti.
In my head now, I just have bollocks. Wow, those eyes made a fucking journey.
Yeah, those eyes had some air on them.
Yeah, you're right about the explosion splash damage. Split.
Rocket-powered eyeballs.
Which, yeah.
I think the best way to play this game is fuck cover, fuck everything you have learned in the last 10 years.
Well, yeah.
Use explosive devices until they run out, and then only then resort to the bullet guns. Oh, piss. No.
You have no choice. Delicious monk porridge.
Did you play the original? Yes, you played it a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah, I think I had like the freeware, and my cousin had like the paid for version, but I only ever saw bits of it. There was an arcade in Brisbane that, I think it was probably like 93, 94, and they had Rise of the Triad, but...
Wait, that was an arcade game?
No, you could just wait. It had been modded and attached to like a really crude 90s... whoa!
Hey!
Hey!
Hey, you asshole!
A really crude... VR headset.
In my defense, I just took 2 bazooka rockets to the face and it did like 5 health loss.
Fuck it. Yeah, this is very different to what you'd understand in terms of modern...
Actually, I think this character we've chosen is one of the higher health ones.
Steve Dave Ultranaut, you cannot stop him.
Basically, the only difference between the characters that they go down the spectrum of speed versus health. We're like the second slowest. If you can believe that.
I know, like, you said speed, that's fucking mental.
Fastest character in this game is, I hate playing because it's fucking uncontrollable.
Pew! Ludicrous jams.
Yeah, that's talk of like the Doom Marines land speed record.
Yeah, so it was a shitty mod. I'm not sure if it was an official mod, like, but it was just Rise of the Triad, but you were wearing these really bad and it sucked VR goggles, but because it was the 90s and it was VR goggles and a booth in an arcade, it was like, I need to play this.
Yeah, yeah.
And it mostly would detect when you turned your head to look in a new direction. And then, at one point, the screen just tilted to the left completely, like I'd fallen over, but I hadn't.
Right.
And that was, like, at the start of my second game, and I just had to sort of work out...
Your neck is just broken.
Yeah, my neck's...
You must need to now run... Your neck is just broken like a character in a Gary's mod video. You must now find help.
And I'm there, just standing in this booth, kind of knocking my head to the right.
So he dropped a machine gun and the instincts kicked in.
Yeah.
I was like, better pick that up. Thanks for waiting. More bazooka fun.
Little circle beard pong game there.
I'm going to call it Bazooka Joe. Come on, Bazooka Joe, let's blow some bubbles.
I call a bazooka Hillary. After Mrs. Clinton.
I should be looking for secrets, except I don't care. As is the retro shooter style, this game is crazy for secrets.
Yeah...
Should technically be pressing U's on every available wall. Where is it?
Wall humping, it'll give you the goodness.
Hey guys, thanks for thronging together over there.
Let's all stand in a meat pile. Ooh, is that a new guy? Nope. He's just a bloody mess.
Well, you can't have standard policy that your guards can't stand next to each other. How would they get through the day?
No touching. Daylight rule. No touching.
Just have to yell at each other from across the courtyard. Hey, dinner's ready! Righto. I'll take it in the cloakroom, you take it in the bathroom.
No eye contact.
There's the shotgun. I don't remember this shotgun when I first played this game.
Hmm?
Don't talk over me. I don't remember this shotgun the first time I played this game. Perhaps they added it in later patches.
The first time you played the remake?
The remake, yes.
Oh, right.
Because I did review this a while back.
Oh. Priest porridge.
Reached the conclusion it was quite fun, but visually kind of murky.
Yeah, I suppose, I mean, they were all kind of this murky back then, so I suppose, you know, points for at least sticking to historical accuracy.
And I like that it's a kind of a wacky game, but very realistic looking. Because that's
not done enough.
That's how you do it. You juxtapose one against the other.
What the...
Oh, it's a shooting gallery. I mean, you look at something
shot
like...
him in the dick.
Look at comedy games these days, like fucking Sunset Overdrive. It's all like, we are wearing the designated apparel of the comedy game. Look, it's like we've been written by Joss Whedon or some shit.
That game was like Seltzer Friedberg. Ooh, you already had that one.
A heat-seeking rocket.
Yeah, that's good.
This will be handy. Against him, for a start. You ever used heat-seeking rockets in Worms Armageddon? Fucking useless.
Yeah. I'm terrible at that game, just tragically terrible.
We should pick a word that leads us to that game sometime, so we can...
What, so you can just spend an hour beating me in Worms Armageddon?
I think we'll just mutually embarrass ourselves. You know what I'm like with competitive gameplay.
I don't know, man. I think you'll probably be a lot better than me at that.
Well, I used to play a lot of the original Worms on my Amiga CD32 with my brother. I became quite the master at judging the grenade power and bounce. Although
I had a
that
similar
was
game when I was
Worms 1, quite a different kettle of fish to the Worms Armageddon.
What do the coins do? Nothing. There's
You get
a fun
100.
thing.
If you gather 100, you get an extra life. It's
okay.
as useful as it sounds.
Oh, so you actually have a life counter in this?
Actually, I'm not sure. I mean, I know you did in the original Rise of the Triad. I guess maybe they don't now because it just goes straight back to the last checkpoint.
Yeah.
It just goes to score then. There
Fair
for
enough.
score.
When score mattered. Ooh, do you have the
I
bazooka thing?
I don't have an explosive weapon anymore.
Oh.
Hey!
Oh.
That guy had an explosive weapon.
Several of them did. I think you got hit with, like, a bunch of rockets at once.
Well, at least I have a rocket.
Oh, man, did they, like, put you back at the start?
Ah, bollocks. Maybe there is a quick save button.
Well, let's just...
Hey!
What a unique thing. Oh.
Yes, I'm trying to remember the button to get out of that. It's Q. Yes,
Well, that's kinda
there's
nifty,
An enemy
like a-
that, there's an enemy that throws a net at you. That was it.
Take a rocket to the face. Yeah, easy. Nets. Hey, hey, hey.
Well, you know, if you're up against a seemingly indestructible man, it's probably the best weapon to go for. Capture him and learn his secrets.
Someone will manage to kill you by throwing a small rock at your head.
A small rocket.
Time to mark my territory.
How many rockets were left in that? 2. Nah, it's not worth
yeah,
it. Let's shotgun it up.
Because you got like 30s. Well, how many is that? 7? Yeah, so you got about 34 shotgun shots. That should be able to get you through the horde of Nazis, I'm gonna call them.
Well, you say that, but I'm going to spray fire like an absolute tard, if I'm honest.
Isn't that an effective means of getting through these situations, though? Like,
Yeah, I said tard. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. You gonna cry? You gonna cry, baby?
cry like a tard. Sob your tard tears.
Yes. When
Retardanaut.
people get up your ass for saying tard or wearing a shirt with nudie ladies on. The best thing to do is to mock them.
Yeah,
Because if you apologize, they smell weakness.
it validates their
They will-
insipid bullshit.
They will go for the kill if you apologize. They'll say, no, you didn't apologize enough. Apologize some more, and then lick our fetid cunt.
Cry for us.
At the same time, don't get mad at them, because that shows they've won, and then they can use that. They go, look at this misogynist being so cruel and heartless
That and just
angry.
ignore them. And they don't actually have any power. They're just loud on the internet.
Exactly. That's how you show them they have no power. You mock them. If social justice tries to like get up your case, all you need to do is flick V signs and blow a raspberry.
I look
Just
forward
whatever-
to your tearful apology.
Just whatever they say, just go like at length, and keep doing it.
love,
If they
like-
try to interrupt you, just go whoa, wait a second, and then take a deep breath and start again.
Sorry, your feelings don't matter. I love, like, over the weeks you've just been, I don't want to talk about that, too social justice-y. And then in the last 2 weeks you're just like, you know what, fuck it.
Well, it's been pissing me off.
Hey, that's, it's... I agree with you.
know
But I also
what?
agree that it's best to just fucking ignore them. They're meaningless people.
Well, quite. I just want to advise. I mean, in the aftermath of Shirtstorm, as they called it, they made the guy cry, and I was like, you know what? Fuck you, social justice. Fuck you for ruining the best day of that guy's life.
Well, what I love is, like, ignoring the context of communications and deciding that your relative interpretation of something is the official interpretation, and then that's it. And it's like, that shirt was given to him by... It's not like he wore that all the time. It's not like it was a pattern of behavior where he's like, yeah, women are objects. That was a shirt given to him by his friend who made it for him, and she does, like, tiki shirts. Like, they're just goofy, tasteless. They're tiki. It's just what it is. And if you're ignorant of that, you're ignorant of important parts of the communication that shirt is. And then you tell these people that, and no, it doesn't matter, because their relative interpretation is the only valid one.
Okay,
Screaming shit beasts.
you plugged in your waffle iron for a bit there, but it's okay.
It's just that, like, your interpretation is
Your-
not the only thing.
You being offended does not trump my freedom to do what I choose.
And you got no reason to be offended.
I mean, the law kind of gets in the way of the freedom to do what I choose. You being offended does not. Oh, this is where I died before.
Get out your thing.
I don't have any more rockets.
There's in the little room there. There was a.
I forgot how to go in that room. Well, they're just forming the round the corner queue, aren't
Yeah,
they?
just let them line up. You
Yeah.
can do this.
Damn, this was a missed opportunity for some ludicrous jibs.
So,
Right.
Yeah, there was the bazooka I was telling you about.
I get confused
Okay,
when
you're
I
gonna
have
want
to.
to probably shoot those before you go in there. 'Cause that's a lot of explosive.
Oh, was I supposed to be fighting these guys in here? Oh, sorry, how impolite of me. You'll
Instead, you
do.
ran away. Oh, there's a net just got shot at you.
Brave Sir Ian ran away. And then came back and blew everything up. You're still alive!
Yeah, there's like no splash damage off of those things. You have to pretty much nail them.
I think he just said bollocks. I couldn't hear properly because the sound's down.
I said ball sacks.
He wouldn't.
I'm the British. Ball sacks. Governor.
Yes. I like to have some chips and fish.
I like Spotted Queen and the Beatles.
And my blood pudding and kidney pie. That is the sound of Gabriel failing to open a can of Coke. Apparently buying 2 small cans of Coke now more economical than buying 1 single 600ml bottle of
These
Coke.
weird little mini cans are like $2 a piece. It's what's on the
There's
TV?
a picture of Kim.
Oh look, it's Kim Jong Un.
It's Kim Il-sung, yes.
Is it Kim Il Sung or Kim Jong Un?
I can never tell them apart. It's the new one, I think. The young one.
Oh yeah, it is too. I don't think that's Il Sung. I think Il Sung was one of the earlier ones.
Well, Kim Jong-il was the
Jong-il.
the one who died.
Yeah.
So what's the one we got now?
Jong Un.
Yes, that sounds about right. It's so hard to keep track of the dear leader.
He's the one that looks like the kid from Up,
The dear leader wears many faces.
but he is eternal.
They
We
all-
are actually huge fans of the North Korean government.
No, we're not.
Just, I want to do a show on the North Korean. You know,
Hey.
I read a thing. I'm not 100% sure if it's true. I'm gonna have to look it up. But apparently, Ric Flair wrestled in North Korea, being like the evil white guy.
Did they kidnap him?
No, this was kind of back when you could do something like that and no one would really flip the fuck out.
I suppose before, like, North Korea was a popular bugbear of the day.
Well, I mean,
I went
there is some fucked up shit happen. Is this it for like the
Hey.
fun weapons? Like, are we not going to
Oh,
discover?
there's going to be more.
Okay, cool.
I mean, we haven't even seen...
That truck knocked over the thing back there.
Oh, so it did.
Yeah.
How very modern gaming of you, Rise of the Triad.
Shoot, shoot. Yeah!
You're on fire now. Hey,
What's this gun do? Flame tsunami! Unless it hits something and then it just kind of poots.
does it pass through the truck, I wonder? No,
Nope.
it doesn't. Hey, that's better. If you'd have just the politeness to die.
Excuse me, I'd like it if you die now.
And excuse me, if you're on fire, I would prefer you to run around screaming, waving your arms.
I don't think they were even on... Yeah, see, the fire just kind of... Oh, no, they are on fire, yeah.
Yeah, they just don't give a shit.
I thought maybe that was leftover sort of
Why aren't-
graphic from the...
Why aren't you
I don't
dead?
think that gun is really that great. I mean, it's got spread, but
It's more for novelty laughs.
yeah, shits
than
and
anything
gigs.
else. Okay, now where?
I really hope people
Guide
whose
me.
feelings don't matter get upset in the comments.
Choose your own adventure.
Oh, left. There was like a... What's that? Hey!
That was, the
Cha-ching!
that was the exit, apparently. Couldn't you tell?
Duh.
3 stars, getting better. Yes. So, man with silly shirt achieves more than what most of us will do in our entire lives. And everyone and feminists make it about his clothes. Which,
Well, very
I,
specifically internet feminists.
I thought feminists were supposed to be about wearing what you like. I suppose that doesn't apply to the men, does it? Men's rights for peace. Men are the real
Alright,
victims.
that was a bit of a... That was a bit of a fucking shit show getting through that.
Yes. Perhaps it might be worth just killing myself now before we continue this.
Well,
thank you
solved
for
that.
thank you for obliging, man. I didn't notice.
Try
Right.
shooting them. Can you shoot them?
No,
Alright, nope.
it's a trap.
Huh. Well,
There you go. It's a timing thing.
fucking nailed it that time.
Anyone up there? Yes. Except he didn't notice me. I wish there was like one of the superpowers made all the enemies glow really brightly through walls. Maybe I'm just used to playing Far Cry 4.
Spoiled.
Honestly, silenced sniper rifle with a high power scope and the injection that makes all the enemies glow even through
yeah.
walls. Hey, you nicked my machine gun, you asshole. You can take down
Yeah.
any fucking stronghold in the game with those.
Yeah.
Snipe out the fucking alarms before you do anything else.
Did our alarm just explode? Yeah. It does that sometimes. Just go with it. Because that was what I was doing in Far Cry 3, was once you had the best sniper rifle and then, like, the silencer on it, it was like, pump, pump, pump. Ah, there we go. And you wouldn't even get near the thing and it'd just go, stronghold secured.
Yeah.
I got bored after a while and just started running in with a grenade launcher.
Good plan.
Yeah. That's kind of nifty. Like, oh, what the fuck?
More traps. Satan is hiding in the ceiling.
These were such a fixture of early first-person shooters, like environmental sort of things.
Well, not so much in like Doom and stuff.
I remember heaps.
I mean, they had lava in Doom. They didn't really have anything like this.
Touch the lava.
See, if they were like dropping in the opposite direction, you could run through them one by one.
We'll just sprint after the last one. Oh,
Maybe
goes
there's
down.
maybe there's a better way around. Yeah.
Hey,
What
look
was-
at that.
So what was even the point?
Maybe there was no way of getting through, and you'd try and you'd die, and you had to go, oh, I'm a dumbass, and figure out that there was a door there.
I think that guy learned his insurgency skills from Assassin's Creed. Let's jump all over the furniture in our pursuit of the enemy.
Shasha, shasha. Parkour, inside parkour.
Well, that makes sense. Now that's intuitive game design,
Yeah,
people.
simple.
It says silver on it.
Hey, a new thing. Oh no, it's the old thing.
Granted, everything in this game is gunmetal.
Well, there's the
Yeah.
silver key, the chrome key, the steel key, the metal key.
The gunmetal key, the lead key.
How can you not tell all these apart? Jesus,
Don't-
it's so fucking simple.
Don't lick on the lead key. That's how we lost the last insurgent.
You'll spend your day getting weird erections, go a bit berserk, and then you're kind of useless to us.
Yes, then you found the Roman Empire.
Or more inherit it, really, at that point.
Yes.
Hey, you have lead poisoning? Want an empire? Yes!
Well, perhaps we'd introduce a topic since we seem to be groping for one.
Valve.
See, I just shot the floor. I got 83% health after that.
I know. It's a weird thing to see because I'm just so conditioned to like, oh god, now you're dead.
Actually, there was something I wanted to mention about Valve when you were talking earlier about Rise of the Triad arcade machine. When I was in Valve's office, they had a Half-Life 2 arcade machine.
I've never seen that. Is that like
Well, you
is that a
wouldn't
thing
have-
just for them?
You wouldn't have because it was Japanese.
Oh,
Japan are fine with that sort of thing, it seems. Yeah, it was the full shebang. Logos on the side and everything.
how interesting. Hey, I wonder what that is.
Must be a fucking big keyhole on that door. Gee, this is like the novelty key you give to charity.
Yeah. We're giving you the key to the fortress. There you go. Did that even hurt you?
Apparently not.
Yeah, fuck it.
Might have even healed me. I'm that badass.
Yeah. Fire makes me stronger. So yeah, Valve.
Yes, Valve have tightened up, or at least are planning to tighten up the rules for early access games on Steam. And it's about bloody time. Because that's been abused a wee bit in the past, hasn't it?
Well, yeah, I brought up something and you pointed out that was one of the things that they were going to change was the promises element.
Yes, that's one of the major changes they're making to their policy, is that you are no longer allowed to make promises of future features. Which seems like totally kneecapping everyone who exploited early access
Yeah.
right off the bat.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
what does that do? What does that do? Touch it.
oh, I remember this. It's Shrooms mode. Not as hard to work with as the original Shrooms mode from Rise of the Triad 1. In that, you'd be going like, way, way, way.
Last thing I would goddamn want.
Although, interesting side effect of Shrooms mode in the original, oh, I forgot I was carrying that, is that it made all the enemies glow. So it actually made them a bit easier to see for a bit.
Doesn't do that now because go fuck yourself.
Nope, it would have been would have been much more useful
Yeah.
in this game.
It's kind of hard to pick the buggers out.
So yes, no longer allowed to make future promises. The policy now is that if it's not fit to be to be shown now, that we don't fucking want it, go away.
I mean, on the one hand, I can understand the necessity of going, look, here's what we, of intention. Like, intention is kind of an important part of it, but I mean, at the same time,
Well,
I'm kind of
yeah.
happy to see it just, no, like, you actually
There's
have to...
something people say about what the road to hell is paved with.
Yeah, well, that's the other, that's kind of the side. I land on the side supporting the move to eliminate just the promise factory.
Well, just to speak devil's advocate, isn't promise basically just marketing?
Yeah.
I mean,
It'll be a great game one day. Give us $20. Is $20 the set price for all early access, or is that just...
no, I think you just set the price to whatever you want.
because I've had a few that are like $20, and some of them have been reasonably fun. Like, I played a fair bit of Road Redemption, and then there's ones that I wouldn't really...
Ghost Ship Aftermath, which was early access, I think,
Yeah.
I would classify as being fairly complete. It was just woefully lacking polish. There's some...
It was shit.
Oh, I have no explosivs. I couldn't heat that up.
Wow, that does not do much fucking health when you haven't
It really doesn't.
It was not worth it.
That's good in-game economy. You have to sacrifice one of your precious missiles for the extra health.
Good payoff. What other things could Valve... Like, I've heard stuff about Project Greenlight, which, when I first heard about it, I was like, oh, that sounds like a great idea, and I don't know, now I see it mentioned quite negatively.
Well, that is fairly easy access to anyone want to make whatever bullshit promises they want. Because with Greenlight, unlike early access, you don't even have to have a game. You can just say, here's my idea for a game. If you think it's good, then Steam will publish it if and when it is ever made.
Do you get anything, like you get money or something? Does it...
No, you just get the assurance that it will be published on Steam.
Ah.
But I think the one barrier to stop the time wasters that they had was that you have to pay $10 to post a Greenlight concept. Which works,
the simple $10.
Which works fairly well for something awful, for keeping the fuckheads out.
Just enough.
It's just like a show of that you're serious. It's a deposit.
Yeah. Not enough to cripple you and make you not want to do it, but enough to at least keep the dumb shits out.
Yes, enough to weed out the people who just want to troll. Although there are some plenty rich trolls in the world.
Yeah, I suppose. Imagine that, someone spending like a couple of $100 just to do something stupid.
Oh, plenty of people do that.
Really?
Well, they sometimes call it performance art.
Okay, so now I understand more about Greenlight.
Yes.
I like the...
We've all learned something today.
I like the promise elimination factor of this. I think that might motivate people to, like, rather than dream about what they're doing, to actually try and put, at least, try and put some of it into practice. We
Yes.
can sort of get some meat and potatoes. I don't mind if it's like, here's, 5 minutes of gameplay, but here's what it does. Like, that'd be, a sensible early access thing to me.
Well, that's just a demo, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but I mean, isn't that kind of the point of, like, early access?
Well, ideally, back in the day at least,
okay,
a
so
demo was a sample of a fairly
finished.
complete game.
Yeah.
The demo would usually contain, like, a sample of most of the relevant points. I mean, look at the old
freeware
shareware days. I think he was trying to figure out how to fit that in his pocket. Hey, this is new. It's the firebomb.
Haven't you had like 3 kinds of firebomb already?
This is a different kind of
Oh,
firebomb.
okay. That's
If
good.
memory serves, this is the one that fires explosions in an X pattern.
It's just...
Yeah.
That's all it's gonna be. Just different kinds of...
Ugh.
Fucking Jesus. Alright, now that's kind of cool. That's not just fire, that's explosions.
Where's that dude shot?
Fucking shit titties, that's good.
Well, it's
Alright,
hey,
that's... Yeah.
problems for everyone being created there.
That's like just lobbing a hornet's nest into a bar.
Trademark shoot at the floor tactic. Not as efficient.
No, you may want to aim for behind.
What's that over there?
Touch it. Touch it.
Oh, I think that might be bouncy mode.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this just like eliminates friction and bounces you off the walls. There was like a level in the original Rise of the Triad called the Vomitorium, which was basically just wall-to-wall shrooms power-ups and bouncy power-ups.
Jesus.
And I just picked up something else, I think. Oh no, I think that was just indicating that it was running out. Is that another bouncy?
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah, fuck, I don't need
it's
the
a-
points.
Super high bounce ball in a chamber of some description.
Right, here's the gold door. Who wants some fire? Me, apparently. And those guys over there wanted some. I could tell.
Well,
Hey, still alive.
hey,
Stop being alive, you selfish git.
Kasplooch.
Oh, hey.
Hey, I've actually added think up. I want to think up, man.
It's a ceiling. What do you want?
You've added new questions, and some of them relate to what we're talking about.
Okay.
Hey, do you think a new 2.5D FPS could ever be made and succeed, or do you think the market is now strictly 3D? By Peen Guy.
Well, you know, I think there's always going to be an appeal for retro stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for the point when, you know, at the moment, your standard retro game is just like a faux 8-bit thing.
Yeah.
Where it looks like Shovel Knight, for example, or the Angry Video Game Nerd game, which just pretends to look like it's on the NES or something. For the retro appeal.
Sweet
Or like,
retro appeal.
or Organ Trail. And that speaks to the retro thing of 20 years ago being the period that all retro stuff is nostalgic for. Retro style stuff. So I'd say give it a few more years and there'll probably be a wave of 2.5D shooters like Duke Nukem 3D.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious though, because the early 3D I don't think has aged quite as well.
Oh, my health is suffering. Oh, it really doesn't. Early 3D is absolute pants.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of curious to see if we'll ever see like, hey, look, it's like a PS1 game. It's like,
Well, if you look at something like
play
Okami,
that.
that's got 2D sprites taking the place of trees, amongst other things. Oh, I died.
Womp womp.
It's got that whole thing where the sprite rotates to face you. But I think Okami gets away with it because of it's very deliberately stylistic.
Yeah, it's an...
Ow! 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 I'm the best secret agent.
It hurts! Stop it, you guys! Can't you see I'm having trouble?
I think I see what think up meant now.
Shoot him in the dick.
I'll just wait by the door.
Yeah, I definitely think we'll see a return to things like that. And I think, you know, there'll be game makers that can kind of produce those sort of games will be released, or toolboxes or whatever you want to.
I think Game Maker has a standard 2.5D package at the moment, but mainly just makes one level stuff, like Wolfenstein style.
Well,
But you know,
that's, you know,
multi-level 2.5D, surprisingly complicated.
I mean, you know, single level.
I mean, we're talking about like recreating like the illusion of 3D using only 2D planes, which is a surprisingly sophisticated thing to do. I mean, it's fairly easy if you
graphics on the Super
fairly easy
NES.
if you're staying on one level, but multiple levels, ooh, that's where it gets weird.
Wacky.
How am I alive? Oh, well, that explains that.
That was magnificent.
I had 0 health, but I was upright. I guess, you know, the message hadn't quite reached my brain yet.
It was busy with your beard.
This room's hard.
Just, okay, wait, because dudes are coming, so you want them dead.
Alright.
Alright, I think they're dead.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
Okay.
It's all gone wrong.
Instead of looking, you know, forward, you could look to the area where the things are coming out of the holes and scoot between them.
Thank you, backseat driver.
At least I know where we're going.
I panicked.
Just scooted through there, eating.
It's the first person problem where you're not entirely sure
Where
how large
you-
your
yeah.
body is.
The fridge box, Yahtzee, you're in a fridge box.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I
And
remember
you
this bit
have a-
being hard because there's lots of enemies who will again spot you from 3 light years away, but not a whole lot of cover.
Yeah, and they all have just Hawkeye vision and dead fucking aim.
That was one of the issues I had with early Far Cry games. Far Cry 1 was awful for that.
I
Look
tried
at me,
playing that the other night and then I
I'm
just got bored and
crouching.
stopped.
crouching behind cover in a retro shooter. What have I become?
Everything you hate.
Sit,
Okay, you're down to
sit,
5,
sit,
you're gonna
sit,
die.
Sit,
Down to
bollocks.
2, you're gonna die.
Why don't enemies drop health? Why can't I eat their flesh? Piss!
Womp womp.
And then he exploded.
It'd be great if just dead bodies did that. Okay. There's dudes coming, remember?
Actually, you know what?
Are there cheats for this?
Yes, I don't remember them though.
Ah.
I mean,
Look them up.
Well, unless they're exactly the same as they were in the original.
Give it a try, give it a try.
Well, if I remember correctly, just crack my knuckles. The
time!
the cheat for unlocking the rest of the cheats was dipstick. Dipstick. No, it doesn't work.
Come to me, Google.
I'm not gonna cheat. I'm gonna be the best shooter player.
Around?
Nothing's
one's
ever
ever
going
gonna
to
keep
take me
you
down.
down.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, more questions. What do you think makes a good online community?
Actually, I was just about to continue on the 2.5D.
Oh, okay. Actually, I have more to say.
I think, on second thoughts, indie games do retro. Point I was getting to earlier. Indie games do retro NES style platform stuff at the moment because it's quite easy to do.
Well, that's
Low
right.
res and
Yeah.
stuff. And as I was saying, 2.5D, as in Doomstar, is actually quite hard.
Well, isn't it? But yeah,
Whereas at
isn't
the
it only
moment, I
hard if
think-
you're doing 2 levels?
Oh, well, yes.
Well, yeah.
But you know, you gotta just. I don't think you can go back to single level stuff. That's just too primitive.
Really?
I mean, I might enjoy like something like Duke Nukem 3D again, with just the sprites. I mean, if they did like a fully 3D environment with, because actually making a fully 3D environment will probably be easier for an indie developer than doing a multi-level 2.5D environment.
What is so hard about that? Like, explain it, because I don't understand.
Well, I already said it. You're trying to recreate something
yeah, I
that
know,
looks
but
3D using only 2D sprites and planes. So it's all about angling them in such a way, relative to the player's view, that it creates the 3D room. I can't really make that any clearer.
No, you just hadn't explained that bit. So I was like, okay.
Whereas, you know, working in something like Unity, say, or the Valve Hammer editor, is fairly intuitive. You spawn a block, you move the block around.
The person can stand on the block.
Yes, with all the different points, and there you go. Ow. I mean, the amount of shit you had to go through just to make a sliding door in Duke Nukem Build.
Do you have
Yeah.
the builds you made around still? Like, are they still there's still a file somewhere?
Well, yeah, they're still online somewhere, but I can't. I don't have a version of Duke Nukem 3D to try them with. Come on, there must be some help around
come
here.
on. You can do it. You can live.
Come on, there must be some fucking health around here somewhere.
Yeah. Some monk meal.
I'm sure that'll make all the difference.
Gone from 10 to 17 health.
I see you there.
Get him. Get him. Go and get him.
Luckily, I have perfect.
Yeah.
As long as you can see the guy, I also have perfect aim.
You have an auto sniper, basically.
Recoil? What's that?
Doesn't exist. You have the shoulders of a titan.
Is there any more bad guys to take us by surprise?
If they are, they're kind of waiting a long time, because seeming pretty clean. Ooh, don't worry.
I don't have any explosives.
Well, buggery.
Well, we're holding on by the skin of our teeth. This is the fun of shooters that don't have regenerating health, by the way.
Yeah.
This is fun. It's intense. We're tense.
It's edge of seat.
Yes. Will we survive? This was what gaming was.
Clinging to the rim of this couch with my sphincter. It is
back
mental.
before all you young little shits took it over.
Because right now, what would you do? You'd hide there, your health would be back, and then there's no more threat.
Yeah.
Threat eliminated.
Everyone should be allowed to win. The game should hand out thanks for trying awards to every single motherfucker who plays
punishment. You know what the best part is? There is so much research that those like thanks for showing up awards are really bad for people.
it. Yes.
And I mean, like, not in just making them like think that they're like super special and important. It can hurt them, like, because people know that you're getting the pity award, and Jesus, that's not
Well,
fun.
that's in stuff like schooling and things.
Yeah.
We're talking about entertainment that we buy for our amusement. And some people just want to follow a sequence of instructions and then be praised, I suppose.
Yeah, the auto win, and this isn't. I don't want challenge.
But isn't a victory all the sweeter for having had to work for it?
Struggle, the joy of struggle.
It's like why I don't really like porn that doesn't have a story. I want to know why this woman feels she has to resort to sexual favors to pay for her basic household maintenance.
Easy.
I want an understanding of the characters and their struggles. That's where I can get invested in their lovely sex.
That's
There are
an
guys
interesting take
shooting.
on it.
Where
That's
the
an
fuck
interesting take
are
on it.
they?
there.
I see you there.
And now he's dead.
This is a comedy of
Is
errors.
he dead?
No.
Oh, fucking
He's having trouble
shoot a
shooting.
rocket at him. Alright. That's...
Well, this
How
may
fucking
sound...
hard was that guy?
Well, it's just because he was partially behind a railing, I think.
You clipped him a few times, so...
This might sound strange, but I wanted to shoot with a little more accuracy that time. Now, where's...
What game are you playing? There's the keys and the dangling from that bit in the middle. I don't know how to get that.
Is that's a key?
Yeah, it looked like it. Jump across to one of the other platforms there.
Wait a
So there's
Wait attention.
on the right hand side. There's it looks like a switch panel.
Yes, I think I noticed that. Who's shooting at me now?
How are there still motherfuckers around?
They just won't go away. It's almost like they run this place. And they would rather I wasn't in it.
Yeah, there. See, it's the key.
Where am I looking? Yeah, I see it's the key. Where's the control panel?
Okay, I said right and you went left. So that's it's over there.
Wish I had a zoom function.
I didn't say anything because I figured you were
Wait.
picking something up or getting a doodad or some shots.
Where's the dude who was shooting at me?
There he is, bottom left.
Aha! This is like fucking Where's Wally?
Where's Triad? Hey,
Where's
yeah.
Triad? Aha! Key on floor. Now,
Oh, dude behind you with something painful.
ow, bollocks.
Just
Yeah, I'm gonna see if there's a quick save button.
there's not get fucked. Dun, 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 dun. This game doesn't like you. It already has your money. Oh no, there is. Okay,
Quick
F5.
save F5.
Damn it! I was hoping it was going to be just balls raw. Like you don't
Right.
get to live.
Yes, well, there's bull. Lucky we did that, isn't it?
Okay, so he's fucking coming for you. So run.
I'm just wondering where he is.
This is tense.
Oh,
Oh,
okay, he was up
All
there.
right.
Now we know.
It only took 2 deaths. Well, see, getting back to the retro stuff about it being easier.
Ow. Well, that was a bit of mutually assured destruction, wasn't it?
I'm not wholly like I wouldn't balk at playing a 2.5D shooter that didn't have like levels, and I think that if there's tools that allow people to create those without having to have so much specialized knowledge, because you have a lot of specialized knowledge in it. Jesus.
I guess there's 2 of them.
I mean, you've been at this for a long time, you know, fiddling with like Duke Editor and stuff like that. Like that gives you a good. I mean, it's not like a training, but it's a good grounding in it, obviously.
Well, I suppose.
I mean, more than you know, dude, like this is
But a lot of
dauntingly
that,
difficult to me.
a lot of that learning is obsolete now, just because, as I say, well, building in 2.5D is so much different to building in full 3D.
But I don't know. I'd be.
Full 3D is a lot easier and more intuitive.
I think there will be like retro things like that. I think like early 3D stuff just you aren't going to see because it was
I think
really
I
just
see-
surpassed by.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
crosshairs went red.
I did not even see that, dude. It's just.
I should have written back when Rhyme Down Spectacular was a thing. I should have written a poem called "Crosshairs Went Red." Crosshairs went red. That means you'll be dead.
Doof, doof, doof. You need to do more gangster rap. Straight out of Brisbane.
From 500 miles, shoot you in the head.
Alright, what was the other one we were gonna do? Oh yeah. What do you think makes a good online community? By Portal Freak.
As little interaction with it as possible.
I like how good is in inverted commas. Was that in the original question, or did...
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, it depends what you want out of your online
Yeah.
community, I suppose.
I mean, there are circumstances where I think absolute, like, fuck all moderation, hell for leather stupidity is perfectly fine.
Well, you know what makes for a good online community is a good content around which the community is based, I would say.
Did you get the key?
Yeah. I think I did. Oh, no, I didn't.
Womp womp.
Thank you for reminding me there. I don't think there's any fall damage in this game at all.
Yeah, probably.
Ah!
Behind you.
I pee freely.
You must live, pee freely. You must live.
Bollocks.
Fucking where?
Where
Where were you?
Where did you come from?
He's been on your back since the first level.
This game.
Just looking at people going shh, shh, shh.
This game.
This game and its silly buggers.
Trouble with this keyboard is I have to hold down a button to press function keys.
That's odd. Oh, so yeah, on my thing, it's the other way around. The function keys are neutral, and the other ones, the sort of extra bits, are the ones you have to hold a button for.
Yes.
I think that makes a little more sense to me.
Right, we're heading over there.
I mean, yeah, what makes a good online community, I'd say, is it depends on what you want from it.
Well, I quite enjoy, as I've said before, the Dark Souls plot analysis videos by Vati Vidya. And he made a point in his most recent video, he was saying like how much he appreciated his community because it was always very adult discussion and stuff. Because his videos are about very mature, very in-depth, very literary discussion of plot points in the game.
Well, I mean, I think because that will be daunting to idiots and
yes.
trolls. So but already there's a filtration process. Like,
Yes, and meanwhile, would there have been a checkpoint? Probably
give
not.
I was gonna say roll them dice. He's above you.
Or as in comparison, if you look at the online community for, say, Sonic the Hedgehog, which is a community based around a series of games that are absolute bollocks. Or shit, if you like.
Sonic Boom.
Yeah, I might pick that up. Sounds like it might be a cathartic experience for me.
My word for next week is boom. I've decided that. I'm gonna flip through this goddamn book until I find the word boom, and we're gonna play it together. I hope it's co-op. If it isn't, we're gonna take turns.
We can't capture console games, can we?
Yeah, we can. I got a friend with a gizmo that picks it up from...
Well, what console is it on?
I don't know. I think Wii U.
Well, we
Is it on the
can't.
Wii U? I think it's on a bunch of them. We'll find out.
Well, most of the stuff that captures consoles doesn't capture Wii U. I mean, I have an Elgato. That's for capturing PS3 and 360. But
Is there anything for the new...
Wii U, it doesn't work for because the Wii U is a different thing altogether.
From Planet Nintendo.
I presume there is some... I mean, the new next-gen consoles themselves have video recording
Oh yeah, I completely
firmware
forgot
in
about
them,
that.
don't they?
I'm a dingus.
I'm not sure what... I never used it much myself. I'm not sure to what degree you're permitted to edit the footage you record. Oh, hello.
You have 2 health.
I know. This is awkward.
Oh, dude across the road, dude across the road.
He's dead.
Ah, fucking Eagle Eye!
Yeah, that's me. Right, let's see how far this 2 health gets us. Not far at all.
The exit's right there. The exit is... Oh.
Jesus Christ. That guy should be the main character.
Yeah. The beard is his now.
Yeah, use it well.
Take it. Take it and run.
Yes, it's like basically like the Green Lantern ring.
Yeah.
In function as well as shape.
Beard lantern.
Okay, I just disappeared
What?
halfway into that platform.
What just happened? Otherwise, I mean, if you want a good modding, and modding for principle, if the mods mod, like, out of just personal shit, then they're gonna suck. But if you mod on principle, then, you know, it should be fine. I mean, I don't really engage online much. You know, beside the Dark Souls one you were talking about, which I think is kind of self-correcting just because of its subject matter and whatnot. You know, what ones have you found that have worked out well?
Well, I do still lurk on Something Awful forums, which have lasted many, many years now.
$10 block.
I think that's because there's this element of self-policing, because, you know, the goons are a very self-effacing lot.
Do you
I
think
mean,
something
no
like
one
that...
is more insulting of goons than goons themselves. They say, this is a very goony thing for me to say, before they nerd out about something.
Ooh.
That was not you, that was a bit of wall.
2, you got 2.
Die!
Run! Run, Yahtzee Croshaw, run!
Oh, thank Christ for that. 3 stars? I didn't deserve that at all.
Did not. This has destroyed my understanding of the star system now. I don't know what to believe.
Well...
So I think natural limitations might be a good... Natural limitations and have I think maybe a policy, like a stated policy about modding. Because the ones that I don't interact with, but I look at a lot, are things like Ask Historians and Ask Scientists on like Reddit. And the Ask Historians one is really fucking good because they have very strict rules that they mod to very fucking strictly. And I think that's what keeps a general like high level of quality from just the sort of...
And I think if you can create an environment of self-policing, you scarcely need a mod at all.
Well, I think self-policing can come after time. I think that may be
I think that might be what Something Awful has achieved.
Yeah, because the goons have a culture, they have a space, and it has its own rules that, you know, if you don't agree with, go away.
Yes.
I mean, that's the thing, too. Like, I find it odd that people get so irate about internet communities when you have to, like, you know, it's not like 4chan knocks on my door in the morning and goes, hey, we're coming over. We're in your house now. So, I have to go to these places if I
Yes.
want to be annoyed by them.
Just a space where anyone can post shit, right?
Yeah.
Well, I hear there's
What
been a lot
the-
of deleting. There's been a lot of blocking and deleting in the wake of Gamergate on 4chan.
So
And
everyone
you
just
know, I'm
moved to
still
8chan.
I'm still trying to maintain neutrality, but I do not support the side that censors.
I think that I think the funniest. It's interesting watching the anti-side basically be like a reverse Art of War, because all the censoring did was just fuel the sort of
Yes.
paranoia.
Tear out a man's tongue. You're not proving him a liar.
Well, I mean, they even just if it would have probably just burnt out in a few days if it had just been left to run its natural course. Resistance created, built
Yeah.
an opposition.
Anyway,
But who cares? I mean, that
With
train
this,
wreck's a delight to watch from the sidelines.
with this lovely view of Mr. Freely's stump, we're about done for this week.
Ooh.
Perhaps you should pick the next word
Oh yes.
while I hum some elevator music. Well,
Well, I mean, you have to say something.
To stop.
You have to say something again.
I know. I'm just keeping.
rubbing a book and it's
I'm keeping you in suspense. To
Felt
stop. What?
improbable.
Well, that's lucky, considering you were taking from the book "Climbing Mount Improbable" by Richard Dawkins. Did you literally just put your finger on the title there?
No, I was rubbing the fucking book up and down with my finger, and it was weird. My dick moved, and now I'm not sure about anything.
Well, with that delightful image in mind,
Book sexual, is that a thing? Probably is. Of course
I'm
it is.
sure
It's a
it
stupid
is.
fucking question, Gabriel.
ever since someone first figured out you could hollow out a book and hide something in it, some other person figured that something could perhaps be their cock.
I hid some Vaseline in it, and the rest was history.
Talk about paper cuts. Good night, everybody.
Toodles.
With the Red Hot
Free.
Chili Peppers. Anyway, sorry, that just bothered me slightly.
I wanted to be the man with the beard, and now the beard's gone, and it's not immersive, and fucking comic book artists
It's just dishonest.
still doesn't have a beard.
No, he never does in the cutscenes.
That is fucking jarring. I'm
Bored
completely
now.
taken out of the Triad and its rising.
So yes, this
Look
is
at your little guy running along.
sort of a faithful remake, but if you remember the original Rise of the Triad,
Vaguely.
it was actually I think I remember hearing it was supposed to be Wolfenstein 3D 2 for a time.
Huh.
But it did have the Wolfenstein thing where it only had one level,
Yeah.
and if you wanted to do verticality, it had to do like floating platform sprites, and obviously that's not an issue anymore. So
We
now
live
we
in the
can
mighty
have
future.
so now we can have full 3D, but the levels design is still based on the level design of the original, somewhat, and the gameplay is based on the gameplay of the original. So it is a fast-paced shooter like what we like.
I'm the fucking Flash. Didn't someone calculate like how fast the guy in Doom actually runs?
But he was probably breaking the land speed record.
Yeah, like it was legitimately just mental. Like several.
This doesn't open. Okay, that's cool,
Nothing does anything.
as the parlance goes.
I do. I mean, I really enjoy Jibs. I think it's kind of fun watching him explode into little bits everywhere.
Yes, and it is not Gibbs. Who the fuck says Gibbs?
People say Gibbs?
Yeah, some people say Gibbs. It was a point of contention in the PC shooters' heyday.
Those people are wrong.
It's short for giblets, smart guys.
Ugly and wrong.
Yes.
Punish them.
I'll punish this guy.
So what was the plot of Rise of the Triad again? Because Rise of the Triad was one I didn't play as much. Like,
Well,
I played
there's-
through it, but it's a kind of footnote in my brain.
Well, the plot is
Monk meal.
characteristically token for a 90s shooter. There's an evil organization called the Triad, which isn't actually a triad.
Thought they were going to be called Phil.
Oh,
Okay.
that's more like it.
Shop smart, shop S smart. Ah, pop culture references in my
Yeah.
first person shooters. That's fun. I remember the eyeballs.
Funny. Yes, so there's an evil organization called the Triad. We're a UN task force called Hunt. It's the
Gadzooks. I like
it's
that.
the something UN task force. That's what it stands for. And we've been sent to
Hairy.
investigate this island, which is the headquarters of the Triad, to see what they're up to. Yes, have you ever heard a weird noise from Gabe's side of the recording during these videos? It's because he's drinking his coffee cup in an audible way, like someone with no mic discipline whatsoever. Yes, this is a remake of the 90s shooter that sort of came in that period between Wolfenstein 3D and Duke Nukem 3D. I think it was before Doom as well, actually. Yes, it would have been, because it hadn't quite mastered multiple levels.
The guy in the middle looks a little bit like the Plague from Hackers.
Well, we're going to be playing as him, because
Oh.
he's the British character. Ian Paul Freely, that's the joke.
Oh,
Now, before we start, I want you to note the fact that he has a rather hideous circle beard there.
yes.
Maybe just tuck that away in the back of the mind.
Okay.
Begin! Proudly, no less. What is
More game companies should say that they shamefully present games like...
I don't even know what Apogee have been doing between Duke Nukem 2 and this.
Yeah, I was gonna...
I thought
Have
3D
they been doing stuff?
I thought 3D Realms was Apogee. Like, I don't know, I guess I was wrong.
Maybe there was some sort of weird internal power struggle and Apogee have split away and become their own little organism again.
Well, this game was made on a sort of indie budget. Look! No beard! On the right! That's our character on the right. Where's his beard gone? He looks like fucking the lead singer of...
So, okay, these aren't... Ooh, lots of guys are shooting you. Multiple headshots not taking down character. Yep, it's a retro shooter, alright.
Retro style shooter, thank you. This came out in 2013.
Is it retro if it... Hey, what are those spinning discs? Your health running down.
Well, genuine retro is genuinely old, but retro style
Okay.
is not necessarily old. There,
Body armor.
that'll put a stop to the health loss.
Oh, fix
Whey.
these shit. Jesus.
Bounce pad, forgot about that.
Oh,
Whey.
is it bounce pad or that was just you jumping? Oh, there it is.
Way.
Okay.
Yes, I mean, one of the things this game does with its shiny new graphics is make things a little bit more ambiguous. It's just full of details that doesn't actually do anything.
Oh, that was
Oh
fun.
yes, rocket launchers are fine. Use
I
rocket
love that the
launchers
rocket
whenever
launcher
you
is the
like.
second weapon you get. Not shotgun, not like, oh yeah, here's a slightly better pistol. Pistol to rocket launcher.
Yep, that's Rise of the Triad for you.
The next gun you get's just a jet.
Oh, there's a dude.
Kaboomy. Kablamo. Kablumblenort.
Homing missiles.
I don't think they're actually, they're hiding. You can't hurt them. Oh, there you go. There we go.
Ludicrous jib. Hello, I'm Yahtzee Croshaw, and I apologise profusely for this. I wanted to put some real thought into coming up with a game based around the word arising, but it's been a busy week, a stressful one, and frankly, I only started thinking about this yesterday.
It's almost like this is the non-serious bit of your work that should be fun and goofy and not really a stress point of your week.
Well, that's the attitude that means that you still have to work for a living, and I get to do my hobby for a job.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You already have a job. This is the not job. This should be fun. You should
Well-
drink more during these again. That was some good rollicking good times.
Well, I did think once about...
Get a couple of shots in you.
I did once think about trying to sell this for money, but I don't think my conscience would abide that. Conscience, rather.
I don't know if I'd be comfortable with that.
Anyway, we're playing... Well, the... your unemployment benefits office certainly wouldn't, would they?
Well, no, but you just report. Like, you can just report income. Like, I can go get a job, and then you go, okay, I earned this much this week, and they go, oh, okay, well, you get, like, X.
Anyway, nobody cares. We're playing Rise of the Triad, the remake.
So, this is just the original Rise of the Triad with a fancy new skin, or is it, like, a different story in some way? What's...
Well,
story, I say.
that was a curious thing your throat just did.
Yeah. Well, I'm drinking Coke today because it's too hot to have coffee, so I'm a little fizzy.